I'm sorry. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Blessed Online. This is your boy Dragon here, or Sdragon081. That's my game tag. Anyway, I'm playing this game, Blessed Online. Actually, I like it. I actually do like it. It's actually pretty good. Like I said, it's a reminder of playing something like Dragon Age, some of that PSO2, except you just have a straight up open world. Or I don't know, what was another one? Oh, Fable. Sort of reminds you of Fable to a degree too. Because in here, as I'm going to start just wandering around in this area, if you look at this map screen, I've unlocked all these areas so far. And then this one right here is going to be a mission, and that's another mission to do. As the world gets more and more massive. It's also sort of a reminder of playing Black, which I haven't done. I'm probably going to get back on there, stream some video from that. I also have PSO2. I love that game. I'm going to stream a lot of that too. But this one, I just happened to see it. I was scrolling through YouTube one day and seen it pop up in the advertisements, and people are playing it. Some people are critical of it. So I think like the best way to test something out is to test it your damn self and see if it's up to stat, if it's bad, or if it's not. Truthfully, it's not bad. Now right now what I'm doing, I'm just doing the basic walkthrough. This is like, you know, top of the areas, some of the areas that have unlocked. Like you see these guys right here.
I've got some good stuff here.
I can tell you what they do. when you're playing this game, okay, you want to pick up some of these items. What the hell? If I have any. These are called bag pieces. Now, the thing about them is you pick up 4 of them, and then you see over here on the screen, you see where my capacity, I'm holding like 23 items, but my full capacity is 42. Well, you don't start out like that. When you're exploring this world of Blessed, you're looking for treasure boxes. Sometimes enemies might drop some of these things, and so forth and so on. But you want to pick up as many bag pieces as possible, people. Because it is the only way you're going to be able to carry enough stuff around that you actually need and don't have your inventory overloaded. Now, some of the cool things here, which is, I'd say, where it does beat Black Desert in the aspect, is the ability to sit here and change your clothing, or the color of your clothing. That could be a real pain in the ass. Black Desert, and sometimes it's only for a while. But all in all, I'm not crashing on it. I like playing Black Desert also. So, who's to say? This is just a whole different type of game, but it has some of the aspects of Black Desert. I guess eventually in here, if you look over here and get your skill sets, these are things that you want to unlock, master them, build up some more. There's pretty much quests to unlock these. Once you unlock it, the quest, then you'll have to sit here and keep on fighting and grinding to, you know, build up the skill set. Then you'll have another quest where you'll unlock the next one, the next one, the next one after that. Some of these fighting styles, I mean, that's an interesting touch. You can change your fighting style. And the things that you can do, your massive swings, your quick swings, and things like this. Because this class that I'm using, this is the Crusader class. So if you think Crusader, you think about sword and shield, baby. That's what this is about. Now you got other classes like the Berserker class, you got a Mage class, you got a Ranger class. A Ranger class is pretty much, you know, bow and arrows, so you know, distance makes sense, right? On my account, my daughter's running the Ranger class, and honestly, what's cool about it, since we're all on this account, I'll show you something else. Since my daughter's also on my account, her character, and yeah, be wary of things. I mean, if she's on and you to invite me to be part of the team, it's not going to be me. She's still learning how to play this game. You know, she's a kid, so you got to give her some, you know, time.
My goods are top quality, the very, very best.
This guy right here, you have these guys throughout towns and stuff. Now what you have going on is this. You have personal storage, which you can spend some actual currency and you can actually up these storages. I just haven't started doing that yet because I'm just beginning this game. I'm going to see just how good it really gets before I start putting some money into it. But anyway, in your personal storage, this is all the storage that's queued to my character. Just like her character, when she puts it up there, her personal storage is queued to her. Now, account storage is a different thing. This is the area where you could put random items in here. Like, since she's a ranger, my daughter's a ranger, I put a bow and arrow in there. Put some quivers of hero or whatever quivers in here so that she get the arrows. This one can be universal, so I dropped it in there. Some of this I dropped just to make some space. So I don't want to lug around all this shit. But the aspect of it, the seagulls or whatever, and, you know, armor fortification, weapon fortification, stones and shit. This is what you have to use to upgrade your armor and your weapons. Now understand, these are all like uncommon, rare, legendary, rare. So how this works is like this. You could say you get a common weapon. Okay. And we'll take it into this aspect. Let's go to the bag. Okay, let's look at this. Alright, this is a rare weapon now, but here's how this works out. Alright, some of these swords, or arrows, or axes, because you got a berserker class that you're going with, which just uses a two-handed weapon. What happens is, you can start out with a common weapon. And what you want to see on your common weapons is, can it be upgraded? And it's going to tell you if it can or can't be upgraded. Like this weapon can be upgraded. That's why you got the fortification level. Alright? It's like the shield fortification level. Now here's an example of an item, which is my armor, that I can't upgrade. So it cannot be enhanced. Truthfully, you're probably going to want to be looking for items that you can keep enhancing. Just being honest. Now see where I'm at in this town, and the weapons in some of these levels, they're not all able to be enhanced, but after this point I don't really need any of those weapons or armor anymore because I've moved past this. But I was just over here because there's just certain things I was doing, certain missions, trying to get rid of some things and dump some stuff out my inventory and make some cash and some situation scenarios like that. Now, as you see on my board, I have not unlocked a necklace yet, and I'm still looking for one. I have a common ring. I don't know if you can upgrade rings and necklaces. I haven't found that out yet. Like I said, I'm just beginning like this. See, it cannot be enhanced. I'd say eventually you want to get to an aspect where you can get items that you can keep enhancing to make them better, make them into rare, turn rares into epics, and then you can probably turn epics into legendary. I think as your gear score goes up, which I like about this, you got a gear score. Like my gear score right now is 523. Sort of reminds you of playing a game like The Division, or The Division 2, which I do love those games. I'm probably gonna do some streams on The Division 2 here eventually, but not right now at this point in time. I think when your gear score goes up, it's like everything else in areas you're gonna start running, the monsters or the NPCs are gonna start dropping better stuff for you, and then you can sit there and use that and keep jacking up your gear score. Because this is probably the most important part of this game, your gear score. So I guess we could look at it as a mixture of Black Desert, Division, some PSO2, a lot of that. Now, whenever you get to a certain point, you'll unlock unions. Right now, this is the union that I'm trying to unlock or make better. titans of industry, crafting, gathering experts, merchant adventures. You know, what I like about this one is probably got to do with making more and more money. So that's what I'm using it for. Got this one, which is Sentinels. You see what it says. Champions of War. Order. P versus Z experts. All of this. Or you go over here. The Court of the Ravens. You know, outlaws and vigilantes. P versus P experts. Lone assassins. And this is when you start going up against other players. Which I'm probably going to dab into that after a while. I'm just trying to build up what I have right now. These are quests that I've completed, quests that I'm getting to the point that I will complete. You get titles as you go along. Like I've selected title Adventurer, Learning the Ropes. Got that. You got the Explorers, Fire Starter, Never Say Die, Beastmaster, Treasure. I'm sure you got a lot of things you can unlock and put on there. That one is sort of on the aspect like PSO2, where you can actually put titles on your character. And Blessed Pass, of course, is accomplishing missions. You get stuff for logging in every day, things like that. What I haven't done, I haven't unlocked the premium rewards. I haven't put any money into it yet. I may do that down the road, and then I'll unlock the ones down at the bottom, and then go from here and see what happens. This is that shop. In the shop here, buy things like boosters. Ideas, empty small gold jars. You can get bundle packs where you can get you some skins and put that on your character. Or you can get the paint and do what you want there. You got mounts, which is a lot like Black Desert, except the only aspect of the mount is you're not actually leveling up the mount. It may be leveled up after a while, I don't know. I'll have to get back with you guys on that one. Like I said, I'm still playing and learning. Centura, man horse. It's wild, man. Ride on the back of a half-man apple. Steampunk Stallion. I like that one. Crimson Corsair. That looks pretty wicked. Skins category. Weapon skins. Bow skins. Staff. Run around with some sunglasses. Jungle safari outfits. This one you can sit here and pick up these dyes, consumables, marketplace discounts, portable mailboxes, personal storage expansion. I'll tell you that's that guy that you're talking to. You can open that up and have your storage expansion. Count storage, expand that. There's a lot of things that you can buy in here. Or if you got a code to beat that. Here's the deal though. Let me see here. Now you keep this one in mind. if you're gonna sit here and you know, if you buy, say you want to buy stuff that you can you know, change the color of your uniform. Well, keep this one in mind too. You can pick up things from crafting, you know, crafting your own paints and all this other stuff. Yeah, you can actually, you know, pick up your like little contracts or your little damn, I can't think of the name of it. Let's say blueprints. That's what I'm talking about. You can pick up blueprints so that you can actually craft your own dyes. So you can keep that in mind. Generally, when I'm playing an open world game where I can sit here and I can do a lot of things myself, I'll pay for things like I may unlock a premium package just so I can have it. But the rest of every damn thing else, I'll sit there and, you know, craft my own dyes, you know, because you can harvest materials all over this world, all the way from mining things like, you know, iron ore, gathering vegetation that you can make your potions from, all that stuff. But what this is like I said, you can craft your own little dye solvent. This is what you want to do. You can take your enhancements or your fortification stones for weapons and armor, and you can turn in a whole bunch of uncommons and start making you some rare ones. Turn in a bunch of uncommons and turn those into rare. And I think as your level goes up, your alchemy level, it's going to allow you to do more things. Then you can start taking things like this and start crafting epics. You know, epic fortification stones. Or legendary. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm still learning. You know, these are like crafting elixirs. Things that could either raise up your level, hell, just could raise up your critical hits, and all kinds of stuff like that. Or enhance your, you know, P versus P abilities. You do that. You have a whole list of things that you can actually do. Now this is where you want to be at right here. This is your recovery. Alright. As you level up your crafting abilities, craft common potions, which I've done. You can craft uncommon potions, which are better. I think as you keep raising up your alchemy ability, you'll start being able to craft rare potions, which I have a few of those. Then you got regeneration, which you can sit there and craft these. It just takes time to do it. And then you got random crafting, which, you know, we don't know what that's going to do. I mean, you can craft this as dye that we don't know what color it's going to be. It's going to be random. Alright. That's crafting. Now, what I want people to understand in this area right here, this is for all characters, the alchemy station. Now, depending on what character you are, we have other crafting stations over here. Like this, the shaping workshop. Wasn't me doing anything here. This station is actually made for your ranger. So you can craft armor and all this other stuff for your ranger. But that's their particular station where they can craft things. Now, the station that I will be using for my character, since I am a crusader, or if I was a berserker, this is the station that we use. It's pretty much most of the armor between a berserker and a crusader are pretty much the same, you know. Like it says. You see what happens. I mean, I've got this craft station up to like level 5 in my crafting. So I can do swords. I can craft axes or battle axes, which are for the berserker, of course. Since it's level 5 forging where I'm at this point, I can start forging uncommon items. Shields. Shield is actually 4. That's for your crusader. These things are your totems. I haven't used any of these, so I don't know what they're for. It may be a secondary thing that you put on your berserker. And here's your armor class. Like, these are all common. Craft common. See how much iron ore it takes to do it. Then that's when we're going into the uncommon section. We craft all these things. My aspect of how to do things would be this. Sometimes you're going to probably want to sit here and start crafting like common items just so that you can sit there and raise your level of forging. And that's what you do. I mean, these just could be like garbage items that you're just crafting for the hell of it, you know, just to build up your level. And then if you get enough of them and you're not going to use them, you can either go to any of these other NPCs around here and sell it and just turn it in for cash, or you go back out into the world and start gathering. Or wait a minute, let me go back. Or you could do this. Sell the items, or you could go over here. There's this fire over here. Yeah, I guess pyromaniac. That's anyway. You can go in here. And salvage items. You know, when you take those items that you made that you are not looking to sell, that's fine. You can salvage them and break it down. But what'll happen if you see on the bottom right hand corner over here, you got your actual gold, you got your seeds, or what they call them, then you got your other stuff over here. It's like a sun disk and this other thing. If you forge, or if you go over here and you salvage some higher end items that you sell and break them down, just start adding down to those numbers down there for you. And what that means is this. When I'm talking about those numbers, actually let me see if I can even just pull them up right quick. Okay, here it is. You got gold. Gold you get off of just killing anything. Quest items that give you plenty of gold. Star seeds, on the other hand, you got to go to a person and talk to and trade in some gold to get star seeds. You know, artifact shards, those actually can come from breaking down armor and shit that you're not going to use, right? Artifact cores, same thing. Depending on the level of that armor, you'll get it. That's just how that goes. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and get artifact cores. Soul crystals. Soul crystals are something that's like this. Say you have world bosses all over the place that you can go fight. Say that you've already went in there, you've defeated one of these world bosses, and you've already taken that treasure chest. Well, after a while, if you go in there and you just decide to jump on some of these bosses just for the hell of it because some people are there and you just want to fuck around and gather up some resources, go back in there and you fight them, and what'll happen is they'll start dropping stuff like soul crystals. Sentinel credit, I don't know what that is yet. I haven't quite unlocked that. But when I do, I will let you know what that is. Period. But this is your currency in this game. Now, let me go back and let's talk about like what you would use it for. We'll go right here.
You won't be disappointed in what I have to offer.
Say I want him to slot another weapon stone in here for me. Now you see that you have currency and then you have that artifact right there. Now you have to have those artifacts there in order to sit there and craft them. See, these are rare items, so it takes, you know, the bright sun-looking artifacts. All of these do, because now I'm in the rare items classification at this point. Say if you were taking commons or uncommons and trying to craft those, well then you would use that other artifact that I have there that's 7,097. You would use those artifacts to craft those up. Now, once I get past rare and I start going into epic, I have no earthly idea what the hell I'm gonna have to start, you know, fortifying it and building up that armor. But that's how that works. That's what you're using that for. So it's not a bad idea to take like uncommon items and common items and shit that you're not using, because you will pick up random stuff and armor and every damn thing else through here. Go to that fire pit and sit there and just salvage them, because that will add on to your stat numbers down at the bottom over here, as far as your gold and everything else. Now, let's go talk about the star seeds. I'm sure I've used mine today. What star seeds are this? You go over here.
I've been expecting you.
And you interact with this lady right here. Okay. What you can do is you can exchange your gold for these seeds. Now you're gonna want these seeds. And I'm gonna show you why.
Welcome.
Okay. Here's where this comes in handy. Okay. Let's say I traded 100,000 to get me some artifacts. Do that. Now you see this? Say I have, you know, artifact cores, which are the silver looking disc things down there. I can trade those in to get these. Or star seeds, I can trade those in to get this. Sometimes if you want equipment upgrade stones and shit, you can trade in your star seeds for that. So you can trade them in for all kinds of things. I had a bunch of them, I can trade it in for this. And you see how many star seeds that's going to be? That's 15,000. Trade those in and get that. Okay, that's just the beginning of what we're talking about. And trade a couple over in here and get weapons fortification stones, armor fortification stones, that you have armor that's in rare that you can sit here and upgrade and
I always to meet my customers' needs.
Now this is your auction house. And don't worry about it. I'm just in this particular city right now. But as you unlock this game, because there's another area that's another castle or whatever, or a small city, all of these areas have these people in here that you can trade gold for star stones and star seeds and everything else. You can pick this up at other places too. I'm just at this particular area. I'm just going to show you what it's about. Now say if I want to purchase a weapon. Say I want to purchase swords, because this is what my character uses. I can go out here and buy this D-class common standard issue for 150 star seeds. Or I could buy uncommon for 10,000 star seeds. Which is kind of ridiculous. It's not that powerful. What kills me is this. See, I think why they're selling it for that is these are people that are actually selling this here. They're putting it in here and they're selling it. And then they're selling it because, you know, it's a unique effects, and plus you can keep, you know, fortification. You can keep building on this sword and make it stronger. Then you can make it a rare, and then you can make it an epic. But see, there's no slots filled in there, but you can use that sword and you can start putting, you know, fortification armor and stones and shit in this thing and start building this up. And then the things on the bottom are something else I haven't quite figured out yet. I guess it might unlock capabilities. Maybe somewhere along the way you could, I don't know, put a fire stone in there or some shit, and then you have like a fucking fiery sword or something like that. Or ice or whatever the hell. Maybe unholy if it's available, or lightning. I'm not certain. But I'm sure that's what that actually is for, because, you know, I played a lot of games like this, and it's generally what that means. Now let's look at this one. Now this is funny. You can buy this sword, which it says reduces burning blades effect or any of this other shit with cooldown or whatever. But you can buy this sword, you can put another slot in there, and then all of a sudden it'll become rare. And then after that, you keep building on it. I guess it's just an aspect of flavor and what you like. So I don't know, some of these all swords and weapons have different types of advantages, different types of things which could be played onto your skill set and cooldown, and the length of time it's going to take to sit there and, you know, pan out your cooldown so that you can use a particular strong strike once again. Then you have this, which is like 86,000, you know, seeds. You know, that's pretty strong. Hopefully it's a pretty bad weapon. But it's nice because you can still slot this damn thing and get it all the way up to epic. So there's nothing wrong with that. And the Sword of the Forgotten, which is cheaper. Can't tell you if it can slot or not. It's all the way down, just to get down to the bottom. Selling items. Selling items. 3 of these. See this one right here. Sword of the Lake. It's Crusader. And yeah, it can be, you know, enhanced. That's not bad. You can enhance that one. Enhance that one. See, that's pretty strong. I mean, it's coming out the box strong. Your score of 137. This increases your defense. This one here, 1,000,000. This increases your attack power. Get you. Now, do mind this. You could go in here and you could buy this if you just don't want to grind. But I suggest just grind. You're gonna start picking up weapons, and what they'll probably be are rare and uncommons. And then after that point, you can sit there and start slotting and make them better. But the point is, you can get things like here, like shields. Okay. You could, let's say, go to quivers, arrows. Get better ones for your ranger class. Magic orbs, which is for your mage class. This is for your other classes that you're dealing with. Now, you can go down here, you can go to metal armors. Metal armors are going to be for your berserker and your crusader class. items, which aren't bad. But as I'm telling you, you probably can be able to pick up some of this armor. You can actually create this yourself. Leather armor, this is pretty much for your ranger class. Because remember, they're ranger, they're light. Cloth armor is going to be for your other classes, like your mages and everything else. But that's what that is. That's where you use some star seeds if you want to start buying stuff. The marketplace manager. And keep in mind, you got marketplace managers all over this world of Bless, so they're everywhere. Now I'm gonna go to this last set of cats over here. Next to the last. Now I'm gonna show you what they're actually about. As you can see here.
I've got some good stuff here.
And associations. Now, when you're messing with these guys right here, you can pick up these salamander stones or whatever, or coin, by killing salamanders that are actually walking all throughout the world. They're sort of blue-purple looking salamanders. In fact, they are salamanders. That's exactly what they are. And they are roaming throughout this whole world of Bless. So you can kill plenty of them and pick up the coin off of them and start stacking them, because you can put them into the you can put them into the reserve. You know, the guy that I showed you that does storage, you can store them all up in there, get you a whole bunch. And I guess as you unlock more stuff in this world, I think you should just keep saving them until you start getting some real nice shit. Now what this is these are pretty much going to be like skins that you can put on your weapon and on your character. That's what that is. Now then you can put this stuff on here. You know, you can have boosters that you can buy from these guys and stuff like that, but I think most people can just sit here and save up for these treasure boxes, unlock those, and then you can put on whatever kind of clothing they're gonna give you. So get that at random. Just saying. Dies for. Let's see. Okay. Now, when we get over here, so you see this right here, reputation merchant.
Would you like to see what I have in stock?
So you can buy stuff off of them like dyes. Buy shit right here. This is what I was talking about, buying recipes. You can buy recipes, or you will pick them up to where you can sit here back to the alchemy station. If you pick up enough stuff and start crafting your dyes. So this is you can pick this up, learn this if you want to. Let's say when you keep unlocking your crafting abilities, you may pick it up anyway. Or if it has to be a scroll that you have to pick up, you probably can pick it up random just by going out here and just grinding and fighting monsters and shit like that, and that's gonna unlock that anyway. So I really don't recommend spending the money on it. You can, but why? You're gonna start picking up some of this shit anyway. And here's what it's talking about. You can get you an emo to add to your repertoire of shit that your guy does. Now, these are the things, like, these are skins that you can pick up, that you can apply to whatever armor set you have. Now, I think the downside to it is once you've applied it to a particular set of armor, I don't think you can remove it. It's going to be a permanent part of it. So when you pick up some better armor and shit, well, you're going to lose that. I'd say if you're going to sit here and want to do fully custom of making your guy or your girl look like what you want them to look like, you may want to wait till you really are up in the top tier with these your guys and your girls, and then you can sit here and start putting some of this stuff on here if you just want to do straight up customization and shit like that. But I'm too early in the game to be wanting to do that at this point in time. But I think somewhere along the way, yeah, consider it. I'd say I would pretty much consider really using like these regular dyes to do all this other shit. In fact, I'm gonna buy a couple of these right now. Do some customizing. Some things I want to make stick out on this guy, because right now the armor set I have on here is all rare. And I'm probably gonna have to stick with it for a while before I pick up some more stuff. And hell, I don't mind. I mean, I can some of the shit seems like it make me a little bit cooler than what the hell it looks like right now. And yeah, you can get your guy to run, but that's also takes away stamina. You know, you got stamina. That's just how stamina is. These guys are at. This is where I want to go down here. I heard a lot of people, you know, some people would bash on this game, stuff like that, because they played the first Bliss on. They said sucked, and you know, things happen. You know, it's just the way the game is played. Let me see what I want to change. This guy. Yeah, I know.
Step right up and take a gander at what I've got to offer.
I want to die here. That's what I want to next. Alright. Let's see where I want to go some mushroom caps. What the hell? Here's the deal. You could either use star seeds to do this, or you could just use regular money to do it. Now here's the deal, you can still use those things if you're not in a town or near one. You could call yourself to it, but if you do it that way, then it's going to cost you star seeds instead of money to do it. Keep it in mind. See, these things are always going on. Yeah, I'm just looking at it. There's a little salamander that I was telling you about. Somebody's got to be down there messing with this guy. Guys, and you can pick up some loot off of them. Sometimes they drop random items also. It's good to take. But I've killed that guy numerous amounts of times, so after a while you may drop just cash. Sometimes they'll drop like special items like I said before. Harvest wood. Not really concerned about that at this point in time. I'm just harvesting plants, potions. So it works out good for me. I'm just grinding around. Now, I'm going to show you what these mushroom caps and what you can actually do with these things. Give me just a second. Back in it. Look at my inventory. Go in the bag. It's a helmet. So, like I said, I'm gonna salvage it. Get some other items for it. Consumables. Summoning pot. This is for cooking items. It's just you have a cooking skill. You can do that too, which is helpful. I guess if you want to food items instead of potions. But the problem about that is if you're going to sit here and consume food, you got to be in a spot where there's no one attacking your ass to do so. You can't sit there. I mean, you can attempt to eat food during a boss fight or a fight, But you ain't gonna have enough time to sit there and consume that. That's pretty much for a spot that you get to that you can save. And then it'll generate your health. Now what you can do with food items is when you come up against those pyro flames and shit like that, and you have other adventurers out here or other people that are playing the game, if everybody's sitting down near the fire, you can sit here and actually cook up food and share it among everybody, especially if you're going to build yourself a party. And then you can start getting, like, you know, random effects, man, you know, maybe more armor stat or more critical hit or more strength for like 30 or 20 or 30 minutes, some shit like that. That works out in the advantage if you're running with a party. Not quite sure what this one is. I guess it's something like if I build me in the state or get in the state. Yeah, you can get your own house or place in this game. I just haven't gotten to that stage yet, so I don't have much detail on that. Because like I said, you're just watching me learning. I'm learning the shit of this game. I know how to play MMOs. It's not a big deal. It's just how to play this. Alright. See this? This is what happens. If you gather some of this stuff up, you can go to certain people in certain towns and sell it off, and they can give you items and money. It's a quick way to make some cash. This right here, you pick up enough of these fragments. I think you pick up 8 of them, like it says. And then you go to the map maker, or the choreographer, or whatever the hell. They'll sit here and they will actually build you a map. If you're running around in this area and you click on it, or you hit your button, your key or your button, and it clicks on that map, it'll show you a point in the open world where this buried treasure is. And you'll take your pickaxe and dig it up, and you might get some good shit, or you might get garbage. You know, it's a roll, baby. You don't ever know. But you collect enough of those in this particular area, then it'll open up a secret treasure chest some damn where in this area. If you run somewhere else, like let's say, let's get out of that, let's go to the map. Now that's for here. This is this area, and all of this area that's over here is part of that. Now let's say we're running over here on the bar. You can also get those, and you have people in this town that are also will make you a map, and then you can run around here some damn where it will actually show you a reference point to where that hidden treasure is, and you go dig it up. Now if you're running around down here in some of these areas, this is a whole different dry sand barrens. This is a different area. You can pick them up for here. I can run through here. See that? See how that's like, you know, faded out? I don't even know what the hell that area is, but I know I'm gonna have to run there eventually. So the truth is, I don't know how big this map is actually gonna get. It's probably gonna get quite large. All over. It's sort of like when you play Black Desert. I've opened up a version of that, but there's still a whole lot of shit I have to do in that game too. Which I probably will get back to. It felt that I'm gonna start doing MMOs as my feed on my channel. Why not? Right now I'm playing this one. Now, when you complete something and you gather enough items, you always look at the people that you look for the little badge or the shield, and you see a damn green check over it. That means
how'd you do?
You can go check in with these jokers and see what's going on. See, set up housing. Deliver. See, this also is building up points for this university. After a while, they'll start giving you some nice random shit.
Why, hello there.
Alright, I'm back. Excuse me for that moment. Mom was asking me a couple questions about some things. Alright. They take all of them. Let's see. See, like these right here. These can make, if you get enough of them, you get treasure maps to find hidden treasure somewhere and you can dig it up. Might be good, might be bad, who the hell knows. It's a roll. Just keep it in mind. There's all the dyes that I've bought so far. That. And here's in the clothing aisle. Clothing and crafting materials like for armor and everything else. Generally, I would suggest keeping maybe 50 of each. Don't overdo it because it will overcrowd your inventory. It's like here, I'm gonna go ahead and sell this and I'm gonna sell that. This, I gotta keep finding. Don't ever have enough of those because you're always making potions. So let me go look for the little guy that somebody can buy. I may even run around here for a little while, not particularly in this castle area, but just particularly around here. Maybe go hit a couple other bosses again. Some random shit that I can break down because I just need some items. It's just how that goes. Well, you know how it is, baby. This is an MMO, people. Well, all MMOs. It's all about grinding, getting more shit, breaking down more shit, so that you can acquire some good stuff that you actually need. Here. Salvage this item. See, that gave me some artifact shards. That was the only reason I went over there and did that.
I always aim to meet my customers' needs.
Since I got more space in here now, I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in there. Actually, what I like about my guy, man, it's too bad I can't put a hood on his head. Because then if I could do that, then I could get away with looking like Assassin's Creed. You know what I'm talking about. I enjoy that game too. First couple games. I haven't played the newest or latest version of it. I'm not crashing. I like
Would you
Assassin's
like to see what I have in stock?
There's nothing wrong with, you know, rolling up and popping it on my old 360, on my 360X S. Actually, I let my daughter have that one in her room, so she plays a lot of my old games. And believe me, I got a ton of them. A ton. Hell, I even got a bunch of PlayStation 2 games. And I got a bunch of the original Xbox games. First Xbox, got those. Only got a few from my Super Nintendo era. And then I got a couple 64 games, but I don't have a 64 anymore, and then my Super Nintendo doesn't work anymore. Power is messed up in there, and I'd have to go in there and solder some shit. I may do it, or maybe like this. I'll just wait for one. I know there's emulators that come out and small versions of their NES or their Genesis. I might pick up one of those or two, so I can play some of those old games. Just for the simple fact, they got the HDMI hookup now instead of, you know, the audio video jacks and the coax cable bullshit. You know, most video monitors or TVs don't even play off that bullshit anymore. Need to. What was it? Yeah, I want to sell crafting materials. So if you ask it in truth, yes, I've been gaming for a long time. That gets my inventory down. 5 items, that's good. Still, these These points right here can be in all kinds of towns, but they're like little local teleporters. They don't cost you shit to use. You can get around the town pretty quickly and swiftly. That's what they're pretty much for. You know, fast access. So I use that to hang a teleporter around. Catwoman. Feet, man, toes, and claws and shit. Makes you question a couple of things. Get up with a woman like this and says if you ain't knocking her off right, or if she loves your ass and then you piss her off, it's gonna hurt you. I'm just saying. Will mess you up. Her ass got to cry. Well, you might not want that. No, I guess we do fight a dragon, but we haven't gotten to that point yet. Here it is. I'm still rolling. Now, if you just listen to my commentary, I mean, I don't have my laptop open at this point in time, so this is just raw video footage. Put a comments down if you want, but I'm not able to really answer them at this point in time. Just streaming, just to be streaming. I enjoy it. Everyone else to enjoy it too. Oh good, he's out there. Damn, this guy here fucking up the elevator. Now that one is when you begin this game, this is some of the first armor items that you can pick up. Something else I'm gonna just get rid of. Yeah, why not? At this point in time, I'm just hopping around. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Some of your first areas that you run around in. Beautiful. There's a treasure box up here. And what I tell you about the treasure boxes, kids? Get those bag pieces. That's all you really want them for. You don't really care about the rest of that shit. Just the bag pieces. Those are the things that you need. So that you can sit there and accommodate all the stuff that you can accumulate through this game.
Slow down! What's your hurry?
Sort of like grub worms, don't they? In fact, I think that's exactly what they're based off of. Actually, when you look at it, you're a kid, you picking shit up, you seen them damn things that look like fat ant larvae or some shit. Yeah, why not? Let's go see what this is about. As you see what I'm doing, I'm running through some of the beginning points of the game. It's always good to run through there because, I mean, I'm just saying, man. If for nothing else, man, it's just there to gather up some experience. Gather up some items you don't need. Use just gonna build up shit that you want. I say I ain't even crashed like the graphics on here because I'm playing this one on the Xbox One X, which I picked up pretty reasonable now. Let's just think about it, because the Series X is coming out, or Xbox Series 1, or whatever the hell it is, or PlayStation 5. Yeah, you know, the one that they're gonna say was gonna be reasonable, but the motherfucker's probably gonna be like $800. Everybody says this and that. To be honest with you, baby, I ain't buying it. I know how that can go. I mean, really, there's no real difference between the Xbox One Series X and the PlayStation 5, except they operate on different networks. But graphics-wise, they're all using the same shit, man. They're using the same motherboard, same chipset. What's even funny about it, man? Today's games, or the games that are coming out, I mean, they're not really utilizing that type of power. Understand where it's going to be 120 frames per second show up. People don't understand something. If you're trying to game 120 frames per second in 4K, you're going to have to sit there and really build you up. You're having a laptop or something set up for that shit. Just saying. Not only are we going to change that, you're going to be gaming on your TV or something. Make sure your monitor has a refresh rate of like 120 frames or something, or refresh at the time. Because if it's not, well, it ain't going to matter. I'm just saying. Some sense. And I'm sitting here and I'm playing this Xbox One X, and I'm still playing mine. The frame rate's great. The thing is, I think with people who don't understand, I'm like, you know what? Looking is nice. The average line in the brain, your eyes can only read something like 60 frames per second. So even when they sit here and they want to take it up, that shit's gonna have a possibility they can stream or game in 8K. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. 8K? Truth is, you can't see 8K. Nobody can. I'm just being honest. Because I'm at the 8K, that ain't really gonna make much of a difference, because believe me, your eyes cannot comprehend 8K. It's a nice start. It is. can't see in 8K. No one can. So I don't give a damn if I'm sitting there streaming 250 frames per second or some shit like that. And really, honestly, even today's video games and what they are, man, they're not really geared up for all that shit. They're gonna have to sit there and change their engines or their game engines so that they can just stream in 4K to compensate for that. But people also need to understand something. The more detailed that the frame is, right, the more detailed it is, you understand, the more that your frame rate's gonna drop off. Sit there and then give you that look. That's just being honest. That's the give and take about it. Shit, man. Right now, man, I do automotive things. I went to a different trade school where I did computer animation, graphic design, web-based design, and all this other shit. And the thing about it, man, especially when you're doing computer animation, the best way to keep your frame rate alright is that your models, your character models that you are creating, you have to optimize them. That's the only way to keep it fresh, because if it's set there and it does it completely off the bat of what the hell it is, holy shit, man, your frame rate will drop down to like fucking 4 frames per second or some shit. So, make no mistake about it, the technology has gotten better, because even like if you look at this game and how these characters look and all this other shit, it's starting to look real clean. It's not squared out nowhere anymore. Things have changed. But you gotta have an engine that can push that type of shit. And that's just the point. Now that we're getting into the, we're just getting into the aspect that 1080, that you got 1080p HD, that's real nice, or 1440. That's nice too. 1440. I mean, shit, man, it just gives you that widespread. And honestly, I'd be happy if any system that's the Xbox or PlayStation in the next generation, it's just like fucking stream at 1440k or 1440p. Let me tell you something. 1440p looks damn fucking good. And when you keep it down at that range, or even if you do 1080p or 1080p HD, that still looks good too. And if you keep it down there, that keeps things it keeps the system specs down at a minimum, and it can pump out as many frames as you want. And that's the key to it. I mean, if you're gaming in 1080p and it looks fucking damn good, shit, you can get 180, 200 fucking frames out of there off your damn laptop or your fucking desktop or your computer that you build, your gaming computer. You go fucking 4K and you hit maximum settings, even after you overclock your computer or any of that other shit, well, your frame rate's probably gonna be maybe 75 frames max, and that's really pushing it. And you're gonna know, because when you sit there and those cats that have those computers that they've built and spent a lot of money on, and they sit there and they're doing it, man, you're gonna hear them damn fans running the overdrive, because that's what overclock is, man. It's pumping more voltage through the motherboard, through the CPU chip, and every fucking thing else to stream them damn graphics that you want. But do understand something about overclock. If you overclock something, it's no damn different than when you build a car, because I'm a mechanic. If you sit here and you take a car, you modify it, you take that engine, and let's say, I'll use a prime example. Let's say that you have a Dodge Challenger in the 5.7. Alright? Standard horsepower out of that damn thing with a manual shift and all this other shit was like maybe 383 horsepower. Well, let me tell you something, and that's just a normal aspirated engine. No turbos, no superchargers, no nothing. I'm gonna put it this way. If you're getting 383 horses out of a small block V8, man, you got plenty of power to do whatever the fuck you want on the highways and byways. You can go as fast as you could desire and enjoy. And still be alright. Now, where you start running into your problems is like everything else. When you start increasing that horsepower, let's say you do some modifications. And let's say you take that 383 horsepower, 385, and you start jacking that shit at about 440. Well, 440 is decent. You can still deal with it. And that's probably changing some exhaust upgrades, changing the intake, and a couple other things in the programming in the CPU and make that shit happen. You're good. Now here's where you go. Now let's say it's not enough and you decide, man, I want to jack this motherfucker up to 700 to 800 horsepower. Well, then this is where you're crossing the barrier. Understand something. When you put that much horsepower in any type of fucking engine, something's going to give. Because that's just a lot of fucking horsepower, a lot of pressure. And that's how that goes. Well, it's the same thing with your computer that you build. You overclock it. You overclock it, and you run it that way at max settings. The service life of that CPU chip is not going to be as long as you'd like it to be. Now, I don't give a shit if any of these manufacturers tell you, well, we built it so it could be overclocked. Well, that's bullshit. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Sure they did. But I put it this way. Overclock that motherfucker. Let something happen to it. And then go back and try and roll back on their ass. And say, listen, man, this chip ain't holding. They ain't taking that shit back. Oh, well, you overclocked it. Well, you're fucked. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Make a system work twice as hard, its service life be twice as less. How about that? As simple as I can make it. Lord knows if they want to say 8K, I mean, shit. 8K is a ridiculous idea because, like I said before, no one sees an 8K. Nobody. Dogs or cats or some shit like that. And how they register things. The rest of us, no. We don't. I'm not gonna keep it. Yeah, I did like style. I don't wanna build that shit back up. Can't be. That's why I can't build it back up. But it looks cool. Alright. Fair enough. So this is the other aspect of this game. I mean, you might want to go run back on here and pick up some better items. Now you see what I'm toggling through here. Yeah, you gotta use your little plus pad to sit there and move that around on the Xbox. But in there, I wasn't trying to do that. These are your emos. Pants. Sit down.
Greetings.
Do that shit.
Well met.
Can I help you?
I don't know, can you? See if I want to enhance the sword again.
Are you ready to make a purchase?
Yes, I am. Two of them son of a bitches to do it. And that. One for that. How much is that going to cost me?
I've got some good stuff here.
What did I tell y'all about the alchemy station? This is where you make this happen.
Stock up. You can never be too prepared.
See anything you like?
Go ahead and level up something else while I'm at it.
Can I help you?
Why just buy one item when you can buy two?
Take your time. Have a look around.
Attack 1400. Defense 3500. Then all my extra stuff that you have is added because of our armor. Stealth bonus. This attack. Recovery increase. Food increase. So I have only 9 10% and to get to my next level. This is 19. Battlefield Apprentice 3. Mount. come into play. And once again, I'm gonna say this game's free to play, man. It'd really help out if everybody get involved. More people are playing other than just watching me play, the better off it could be. Just saying. Alright. About 144 minutes. Game time. Turn off my feed for Twitch.